My name is Matthew Hall, and this is the Never Know Podcast. Enjoy.
And where down
What's up, everybody? Before we get into today's episode, I want to just let you guys know where I've been the past couple weeks and why there's been no new episode in 3 weeks. So week one, it's the birthday. I just want to have fun with my friends and enjoy that week off. And then about 3 days after my birthday on May 4th, I got a call from my father letting me know that my grandma passed away. And family always comes first, in my opinion, and I will always stand by that. And 2 days after that, I was on a flight to Wisconsin, and I was in Wisconsin for a week. So, yes, we're at 2 weeks now that I haven't posted. And when I got back, I did not have a backup episode edited and filmed. So that just left me to, take that week to kind of gain the episodes back so we can start rolling again. So this episode, though, I will say, is by far one of my favorites. It touches a lot of different subjects, and I really hope you guys enjoy. So I will see you guys in the episode. Peace. What is up, guys? This is episode 11 of the Never Know Podcast. It has been 3 weeks since we last recorded, but we're back. We got a lot planned for the future. A lot of shit that has been in the works the past couple weeks. And as you guys saw in the clip before, that's the reason I was gone, but we're back. Today I got two guests with me, and I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
Go ahead, bro.
My name is Miles Goldberg. I'm actually the CEO of GoodKid Worldwide.
GoodKid Clothing.
Yeah.
My name is Xander, 5-star commit. I'm just kidding. My name is Xander. Just a business guy, big social media guy. Yeah,
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, I'm excited to get in this podcast with Matthew. It's going to be a real good one.
And we've been talking about it for a while too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been the plan in the making for like months, like a month or so and a half.
If I go on my slides, the first 3 episodes planned, you guys were third.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So
I remember before you were doing this. I remember we were just having a random gym conversation. You came up to me, we were just talking while I was in the middle of my set, just talking, and you were like, man, like I'm gonna do this podcast, and I was like, oh, that's sick, because I've always thought podcasts were dope. I was like, man, like one day I was like thinking about getting into one, and it was on and off. I went all the way to like photoshopping a logo for something, and I ended up never just going through with it. But then you were like, oh, that's sick, and I could just see it, dude. You got the personality, and all your episodes have been sick.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So let's start there, how we all met, because it's kind of a funny story that I just reminded you guys a little bit of it, but
Didn't even remember.
So social media is very powerful if you didn't know, and it's a huge platform. But I was in the car waiting for my pre-workout to hit before I went to the gym, and I see this shirt getting promoted by Miles, and I was like, yo, that shirt's dope. So I liked the TikTok because I was going to wait till it dropped. Anyway, didn't know you lived in Vegas. Didn't even know that you were
You really had no clue.
No clue. I just saw the shirt, and I was like, I'm buying that shirt when it drops.
That's crazy.
If you didn't know, it says good kid, and on the back it says save a horse, ride a good kid.
Yep.
Life motto now. But anyway, so like the TikTok, if you know pre-workout, it just hits out of nowhere. So pre-hit, went to the gym, had my AirPods on, started my set. I was a couple of sets in. I looked to my right, and I see the exact shirt, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? So I looked at my phone, and next thing I was like, no way, that's him. And then I just walked up to you guys.
You're the CEO.
I said, bro, I just saw your TikTok. That's literally what I said. I said, bro, I just saw your TikTok. Let me know when that shirt drops. And then,
We dropped it. I gave it to you at the gym, I believe, right?
No, I ordered it. I got the stickers and everything. But, I just...
Shoot, you got the stickers? You still have those?
Yeah.
There's a collection addiction nowadays.
We don't make those anymore. Those are rare. We tried making them. It's way harder than I thought it was going to be. And I was like, all right, that's enough of the stickers. So you got one. That's rare. That's worth money.
I think one of them's on... I have 2.
Yeah.
One of them's on my Hydro.
Wow.
But,
that is a collectible item.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been rethinking about redropping these in different colorways in the summer now.
I'll buy more.
Yeah.
I'll buy more. If you drop like a white one...
We have a white one made.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll buy that. But yeah, so just walked up to you guys, and it's basically a great example of how easy it is to become gym bros. Mm-hmm. Because a little 2-minute conversation, and then the next time I see you guys, full on dab up. What's up, dude? What are you hitting today? And I think that's so crazy how, like, it's kind of, have you ever seen the memes where it's like the people nod their head at the guy?
Yeah, just walking past.
Next thing, day 2, what's up, bro? How you doing? Day 3, they're fucking hugging each other. So
Day 4, they're like making out.
yeah, crazy shit like that. But so yeah, I think that's crazy. Is how it just was like. First off, what a weird coincidence that I like a TikTok and then literally within 30 minutes, an hour, I'm seeing this exact shirt and met you guys. But yeah, that's kind of how we met.
That is pretty crazy.
And
ever
then
since then.
Yeah, and you're blowing up too a little bit.
Yeah. Day by day.
You getting noticed around. Every time I wear the shirt, someone notices it.
Yeah, it's definitely it's probably the biggest reason we've been blowing up lately is just because of everyone involved. I mean, the people wearing it, it's honestly the biggest thing. And like, obviously we're not selling in stores or anything, but it's kind of crazy how word of mouth is probably one of our biggest
100%
advertisements. And I mean, we're honestly, for a lot of different things in life, word of mouth is probably the biggest factor in anything.
Yeah, no, and I mean, you're shipping low, like
we ship everything. If people request a drop off, we'll do it, and it works out because I mean it'll save on shipping and stuff. So and just quicker delivery, and then also that way we do. Some people will make some like custom stuff for us, so they'll be like, oh, like if I want it in this color, like we'll just sneak them like a secret colorway basically.
You've done that?
Yeah, we've done it a couple times.
Sick.
Especially with the shorts. They're not out yet. I know a lot of people want them. We've been the hype, but some people have been like, I'll give you some extra money if I can get them early. So we've sold a couple of them already. So
oh yeah, are you shipping like to different states as well already?
Yeah, all over the states. We haven't shipped anything out of the country yet. So I don't even know if it's set up on Shopify yet. I know that's a whole mess. You were the one that taught me that. That's a whole thing.
It's on its own.
But when we cross that bridge, we'll figure that out.
You get there. Yeah, you'll get there. 100%. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
That's kind of the thing that with any little business. And I mean, you're an entrepreneur as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, you do social media, correct? Yeah,
we were doing for a while. Me and my buddy John Luke, we were doing. We started a gym clothing brand that we've been thinking about for a long time for doing, just because it was like I wanted to get into the designing market. Growing up, I was a big Photoshop guy. I was always doing Photoshop back when it was like, I think it all started from like doing like Call of Duty edit, like Photoshops for like teams, clans and stuff. Like I used to make little designs, with like little characters sticking out of a logo. Yeah, I was like big into that. And then I started doing it, and I started doing Photoshop for fun. I moved on to like doing commitment edits and stuff for athletes. Then I was like, man, like I want to try to do something, because it's like my biggest thing is like, oopsie, you're good. My biggest thing is it's like if I'm gonna do something, and devote a lot of time to it, I want to find a way that it's gonna financially benefit me as well. Yeah. So I was like, what can I do? So I started to get in, looking into it, and I was like, man, becoming the clothing design or clothing brand stuff was getting kind of trendy, and I was like, all right, let me sell it. So I made some few mock-ups, and it was honestly a plan with me and my friend for like a year. We're just throwing up mock-ups.
Art of War?
Yeah, for Art of War. And then that is the name of the clothing brand. We're since kind of paused right now, and that's just due to some technical issues with some manufacturing stuff we were working on and working with, and some personal stuff. I do plan eventually when the time comes back to start releasing stuff. I have a lot of really good mock-ups that we made that we never got around to completely finalizing, but we did it, and we said we're gonna do it. I planned it all out. I came out with the design. I was working with Miles. Miles was, this actually all started in the gym.
I was about to say that.
To a gym conversation. This is one day I was working out with Miles, and I was like, Miles, come here, like, and we sat in the car. Mind you, you know how the after gym cars. Me and Miles gets in my car.
Hours.
We were in the gym for 3 hours. We sat in the car for like another 3 hours, and we were like, I was like, Miles, listen, dude, like I have an idea, and like let's do this, because like he was starting at first. Miles was just making clothes, like shirts for people, and just selling designs, whatever they wanted. Okay. And then I was like, man, Miles, like I have an idea, like I have a vision. And so I went in, I showed him, I explained to him what I was going to do with the gym clothing brand. I explained to him that, there's not a big market in gym clothes.
Yeah, no.
So if I can really hit it, especially, and for people that go to EOS on St. Rose would know, it's a very almost like, not culty in a bad way, but culty gym. Like everyone in there pretty much knows each other. So it's like, I knew that if I could get into that gym and get my brand into that gym and get it around there, it would spread quickly. So I was explaining to Miles the whole thing, and then throughout some plan and progress, he got his little designing stuff working with his printing stuff. Yep. And then I sent him some designs. We got it worked, and we got it manufactured, and we started getting shirts out. And for that first like month and a half of working, I remember I won't forget it, because it just hits different. Like when you have the Shopify, and Miles knows this, when you get that notification,
someone buys something,
it goes, it's a little cha-ching.
Oh, that's dope.
Cha-Ching.
It's super sweet.
And so you sit there, and I remember hyping it up over Instagram, me and my buddy, and we're like, all right, we're gonna drop this. You know, it was on a Sunday, and I remember we dropped it, and before, because I actually released it 5 minutes earlier than I wanted to, because I didn't want any technical issues where maybe the internet didn't work. So I released it 5 minutes before I said I was gonna drop it, and this brought so much joy to me. The second I released it, the second I opened the company website,
Cha-Ching.
I turned down my phone. It's not even open yet. It doesn't drop till like, I think it was 9 a.m. It's 8:55. I put my phone down. Cha-ching. I was
hell yeah.
Oh my. I was like, what? And I opened it, and I got a first order. 9 o'clock came. 3 more, a couple more, you know, throughout that hour, a few more. Within the first month of doing it, we came up to, in gross sales, I think it was like 1.6 or 7,000 in gross sales.
Damn.
In a month.
That's impressive for our first drop.
No, yeah. And it was there, man. And I was like, wow, like, you know, this is something for real. Like,
Yeah,
you
no.
know, but it was crazy to me, because it's like, I remember I talked to this with my dad about doing it, and then he was kind of like, you know, I believe in you, you can do it. But the craziest thing to me, and this is like almost like a life-changing moment, but it's like I've always lived my life like this, is I had a plan in my head.
Yeah.
And to this day, and Miles will account to this, that exact 3-hour conversation that me and Miles had in that car came to fruition.
Yeah.
Exactly how it was.
Everything.
I told him, I said, I'm going to be a company for you. Like, you know what I mean? You produce shirts for me. You know, we worked out a split for that in a financial way. And I told him, I said, that's going to build you up. And I was like, and then you can start that brand that you want. You know what I mean? And now we're working with 2 brands together locally. You know, me and Miles, we took it very seriously for the next like month and a half, hitting up local spots out here in Vegas, trying to find places where we can find the best, you know, product for the brand, and it just blew up, man.
It was
and
a journey.
worked
It was
out.
definitely a trip finding all that. It's a lot of work. I mean, people don't realize it. It seems easy when you're on TikTok and you see all these people that are like, oh, I run a Shopify business, I drop ship, I do this, and it seems so easy. But like when it really comes down to getting the product out there, it's so much that goes into it. I mean, it seems so easy, but it really isn't.
And you know what? It's the same thing with your podcast. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people you see, especially nowadays, you know, podcasts are becoming a really big thing.
Huge.
You know, watching your old podcast, talking to you, you know, this is something you've wanted to do since you were young. You know what I mean?
2 years.
Right,
I had the
exactly.
vision
That
before
you
I did
knew that, you know what I mean? And the difference is, and you know, the thing that separates like people like me, you, Miles, is like we have that vision and we know that we're gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you make that to fruition, dude. Your podcasts are sick. Like the whole setup you got
that.
going on. Because I remember before any of this was set up, you said, "Man, listen, like, I want to do this. I'm gonna make a podcast." And you were talking to me and Miles, and you were like, when you get that podcast, you know, you and Miles, we're gonna do a thing together.
Hell yeah.
We're like, all right, cool, man. Dapped you up, left, and now look where we are today.
Yeah,
and that
and
feels like
sitting
yesterday.
here.
And now it's
you know, look
episode
at that
11.
progress that you've made since saying that. You know
I
what I mean?
appreciate that.
And it's like, but that's the difference. Is like, you know, is like for people, like, you know, if you have that and an idea comes into your mind, you know, jump on it, because why not? You
And that's
know?
what I think. Like honestly, I think that's why. Like not only are like we just 3 homies from the gym bros, whatever, but I think it's why we like, you know, like click so much is we're all very like-minded. Like
Definitely.
And there's a lot of, I think that's how a lot of people are, like those good groups of friends are, is everybody's like-minded. And I think I talked to you, I knew you were starting a business, you told me you were starting a business, and I was like, I'm trying to start a business. And now it's like, I think the hardest part with, you know, starting something, and like all of your GoodKid Art of War, for example, like is starting it, like literally just taking that first step. Like, I mean, again,
Definitely.
as I said, for you said it was like you had ideas for a year. I had a vision for 2 years. I don't know how, you probably had a while before you started it. And it's like the hardest part is just saying, you know what, fuck it, like I'm going to do it. And then it's once you start it, like once you get that first Cha-Ching, or once I get that first subscriber, I was like,
So
fuck it, like why haven't I been doing this?
Right.
And it's
but
like,
you got to jump in the cold water. You got to make that commitment, because it's not easy. I mean, we were talking about it earlier, how much you had to drop on these mics and all of this stuff. Like, I mean,
setup,
even the 2 couches we're sitting on, starting a business, same thing. I mean, you got to buy a lot of stuff. You can't just, I mean, yeah, sometimes there's ways you can cheap around it, but if you really want it to be that certain way that you want it, and you want to give people a quality product, it takes time and especially money. And fortunately, all of us are in a position that we could do that, and
we put ourselves there.
Yeah, I know some people that might be watching this. You might be having a plan, but maybe you don't have the facilities to do it right now. But if you keep that plan in mind, I mean, like you said, you've been thinking about this for like 2 years, and now we're here.
Yeah.
You know, I seen a thing on TikTok too, and it was like a quote, and it's like, I feel like this very well represents, you know, this situation. And it was saying like, when's the best time to plant a seed for a tree?
20 years.
It was like 20, 30 years ago.
That was I posted that on TikTok.
And then it was like, yeah, when's the next best time to plant a seed? Today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I posted a TikTok with that sign.
So it's like, if you're gonna do something, you know what I mean? Why sit there and be like, that's a good idea,
and just let it sit?
That was a good idea. No, man.
No, do it.
How many days are you gonna keep saying it's a good idea before you make it a genuinely good idea? Because if it's just an idea, it's nothing. It's not real.
And you know what happens when you keep that idea in the back of your mind? A year later, you're in a rat trap. Like that's the way I look at it. Like, I don't want to be behind a desk for the rest of my life. So I was like, okay, I'll start something. I wish I started this younger. But again, I mean, it took step after step after step. But yeah, anyway, if you have an idea and you want to start something, whether it's a business, gym content, clothing brand, just do it.
Absolutely.
I promise you, just starting it. Once you start, whether you have a huge blow up or whether it takes time, like, you're going to look back at it and be like, at least I tried, or look at me now. Like,
right.
That's the way I look at it. If I never blow up off this, like, so I did it.
Yeah.
So I want to actually go into that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, and not many people know this. I think Miles might know this because I told him. I actually stared a clothing brand sophomore year of high school.
I do recall. If you're an OG, if you knew
this, and if hypothetically these people are watching from Liberty, my buddies, it was me, Frank, and Mason.
Frank what?
Frank, you probably know Frank. I forgot Canham.
Canham.
You definitely know.
I think I
He's
know
friends
Frank.
with like Elijah and all those like football people.
Oh, he played football.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
what
Frank, Big
you're
Frank.
talking about.
Yeah,
Big Frank.
Funny dude.
You say Big Frank, I know who's Frank.
So me, Frank, and Mason, I told him, I was like, man, I want to start a clothing brand. So I started this clothing brand, just normal clothing brand. It was called Shore Life, right? And it was just a random idea in my head, and one day I just did it. I didn't do it the way I did it now, but I'll tell you what, when I did it, let me explain the process. I'm a sophomore in high school. I'm probably like 15, 16 at the time. I'm like, hey, man, I want to do this. And this is kind of always the way I am. You know, if I'm going to do something, I want to find a way to make money doing it, or like, you know, paying something off doing it. I made this Instagram account, and I remember getting like 300 followers on the account in like a day. And I thought it was like
how many?
Like 300.
That's crazy.
Just from Liberty people and like other people, and they reposted it. Everyone was reposting it, and I remember sitting there. I was like, dude, I'm a celebrity. Like I think this is I'm gonna be a millionaire. I go and I remember I did all this. I found the connections. I made a Shopify, and I thought I was doing everything right. And fast forward, I produced, and a lot of people, and this is another thing I was gonna say. And I know you've had some experience. I'm sure Miles has too. You know what I mean? Everyone, in my head, I was like, man, people are gonna make fun of me, especially because I'm in high school. And I got made fun of. And I got made fun of. A lot of people would make jokes like, oh, look, it's the representative Shore Life, and like, and you know what I mean, just walking down, and people would make fun of me, and it was like okay. But I remember specifically, I popped out to a football game in a beanie, in a Shore Life beanie. This is like mid-December, so it's like kind of cold.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. It gets a little cold in Vegas. I don't know you guys. It's a little cold in Vegas sometimes. And I popped out in this beanie, and that was the first time I ever popped out in a product that's mine. And this was honestly before making a clothing brand was a big thing. It was sophomore year of high school. Like
nobody was starting a fucking.
That wasn't
brand.
like really trendy back then. And I remember popping out with this beanie, and I remember everyone at the football game, all my friends and people around me, they're like, "Dude, that's sick. Like, I want that." And some of these are the same people that were like, "Oh, Shore Life," and you know what I mean. So it's like
two-faced.
Exactly, and it's like, but it's like I did something, and people are gonna say stuff, you know what I mean, make fun of you, maybe do something, but it's like, bro, in the end of the day, like bro, you do something, and if you can overcome that and you succeed, W. And even if you don't succeed, for example, like I said, there's a reason why that clothing brand's still not around. Fast forward a few weeks, I'm trying to manufacturing things. I got gypped by the company I was using because I was doing almost like a drop ship method. Like I would buy it and then I wouldn't really do anything. They would buy it and then it would go to a different company that would produce the shirts and then it would ship out. That company stole like $400 from me. And I never saw it again. And I'm a high schooler, I didn't have that much. I didn't have that much bankroll. You know what I mean? 400 back then. That's. I'm laying in my bed crying.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I would have been too, bro. I
could have bought some fucking some DLCs or something on video games, and now I got robbed by some random company in China. And so I'm sitting there like, damn, man. But I'll tell you what, there's a reason why it didn't mess up the second time.
Yeah, because
I knew what not to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even if you're gonna do something and you have an idea and you're like, oh, fuck it, man, I'm gonna do it, and it blows up, so what? Yeah. I promise you, if you had that good idea and in your mind it was a good idea, something you wanted to do 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and it fumbled, I promise you're gonna get that idea again. And now if you start it up, at least you know what not to do. And I promise I went into that the second time, and I told Miles about this too. It was like, I've done it before. I messed it up before. I know what not to do. And I told him, I said, Miles is a big equation in this process of how I got messed up last time. Yeah. And I was like, dude, it's not going to mess up. I promise.
You and me are more similar than I think you.
No, dude, I've always seen it in you. And that's why it's like every time when I met you, dude, like instantly I was like, man, I like this guy. Like, I was like, I can see it. I can see the mentality in you that I feel. You know what I mean? I watch your podcast. I'm a diehard fan. I watch all your podcasts, dude, because it's like when I can see somebody, like, I'm not a hater, bro. Like with anybody, even if I don't like you per se, and I don't not like a lot of people. If I see you doing something and you're passionate about it, you know what I mean, and I see you going 100%, bro, I have nothing but respect for you.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
I've been there, I've done that. You know what I mean? It takes a level of courage to get over that, because I don't care how cool you are, bro. If you do something if you do something that's slightly out of the norm, bro, someone's gonna make fun of you. Someone's going to say something about it. You know what I mean? So if I see that you want to do something and you actually go out of your way to do that and commit to it, bro, I have nothing but respect.
People are always gonna hate on stuff that they're not doing. That's how I look at it.
Exactly.
Like I get at least 2 hate comments every fucking YouTube short, and like, bro, like, this is stupid as shit. Cool, bro. You just got me in the algorithm. Like, I don't care.
But you know what though? When this podcast blows up, they're going to be the people saying, bro, I was on that shit early.
I watched episode 3. I remember, bro.
Bro, go back, bro. I got comments on that first video back from 2023, dude.
Yeah, but rewind for a second, because I think we're way more similar than at least I thought. You said you lost your first business, right? Like, you took an L?
Yeah, hard.
So I took an L as well.
No.
And people know about this. This was public. The week I turned 18, I became an insurance broker. So
really,
yeah. So I traveled the U.S.,
about
Minnesota, Reno, Vegas, Montana. Like, I used to sell insurance.
That's good.
What?
It was a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, that's how you
caught it. My biggest L is at 17, 18. I did it for 8 months, 9 months. Let's start this. My first week, like my first day out selling insurance, I left that trip with $4,000 in my pocket. And I was like, bro, what the fuck have I been doing working at Dutch Bros my whole life? Like, this shit's crazy. Fast forward, bro. My biggest L, I lost a total of $10,000.
You're lying.
At 18.
You're lying, bro.
Swear to God, bro.
What?
I was a self-employed insurance broker. So I fly out to Minnesota. I get a rental car. I get an Airbnb. I get my leads. I get whatever. It's all out of my pocket. So I would spend $1,000, and then I would have to go double, triple that. And there's people that do it, right? Like, my first trip, I spent $400, and I made $4,000. So I made $3,600. So I was like, this is crazy. I did this in a week. But yeah, so fast forward 8-9 months of doing it, 18, and I had 10,000 gone.
Wow,
bro. I didn't work for 3-4 months because I didn't know what to do. I was like, bro, like, I had no motivation. Yeah, I mean,
scammer got scammed.
Fucking pyramid schemes, bro. So
what was the name of the company?
Huh?
What was the name of the company? Let's put a
Family
PSA
First, Family First Life Insurance.
Family First,
bro. Like, And it's funny because the guy that got me into it doesn't even do it anymore. Like if that doesn't show you
$10,000.
$10,000 at 18.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was during COVID. So,
But you know what though?
It taught me what not to do though with the
exactly.
business.
But I was gonna say, but if there's anything to take out of that, like you said, one, you know what not to do. You know what to look out for when it comes to partnerships. Connections are huge.
That and promotion,
right?
Because I posted it all on social media. So now, I had this for 2 months before I even posted the trailer because I was like, I knew what to do. I was like, not doing this. This is how I'm gonna promote it.
But I'll tell you what though, out of that situation though, and this just shows, bro, even when you fail, there's still like, it's still commendable at a point. Because what other 18-year-old can say, yeah, man, I just lost upwards a couple $1,000.
Yeah. Falling down is an accident, but staying down is a choice.
But
that's my
what
life motto.
18-year-old fresh out of high school can say, yeah, man, I just lost a few thousand.
Not even a few thousand, dog.
No,
10,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm
5
saying.
digits.
You know what I mean? There's no 18-year-olds that are saying
Not
that. And
many,
if they are, they're doing
cap.
something right or something like that. You know what I mean? They're in a business where they're taking gambles. You know what I mean? But what I like about that the most is like, is you bet on yourself with currency. You know what I mean? There's
the best
not
bet
only
you
are you
can take.
betting, exactly. It's the highest risk reward you can make is a bet on currency.
100%.
So it's like for you to do that at the age of 18, to be able to lose $10,000 at the age of 18 says something.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
It was a good wake up call for sure. And that's again just like you took an L and now you know how to start a business. I took an L and I know how to start a business.
Right.
Miles is just a god at it. He just knows what to do.
So I'm trying to think of an L to.
He's like,
add on.
But I was
that
gonna.
guy.
But you know what though, and this branches on to like having those connections and like talking to people, bro. Like in the job I do now, like I get paid all day to talk to people. That's pretty much it. But and I'm not claiming any success for Miles' brand. But what I'm saying is that when I talked to Miles in that car, I explained to him my story of fucking up, of messing up, dude. And so it's like, and now I'm going through this process. Me and Miles are hitting local location after location, trying to find the spots that's got the, you know what I mean, the low key stuff. We're gonna find the best T-shirt blanks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're going in the blazing summer, location to location, trying to find a good vendor. We finally found something that we've been sticking on for a little bit, but it's like, you know what? It's like, I'm not like, you know what I mean? I'm telling him what we're going through, like, hey man, like I did this and it messed up. You know what I mean? So I would recommend not doing that.
Knowledge
you know
is key, bro.
Exactly.
You live and you learn, and you have experience, so it helps both of you guys.
Even bad knowledge.
Yeah.
Always listen.
Yeah, no.
Because if they're not telling you what to do, they're not just telling you nothing. If they're speaking, they're speaking. So they're either telling you what to do or they're telling you what not to do.
Agreed.
So you should always listen. You know what I mean? When someone's talking to you. You know what I mean? I do not care. You could be $110 coming up to me in the gym talking about my bench forms off. I'm still gonna listen to you. Yeah. But if you're right, what if you're wrong? No matter what, I'm learning something from you because we've never had this conversation.
And the people that think
before.
they're too good to listen, bro, that's the people that aren't doing shit in their life.
Exactly, and that's the people that they think they got it made, and they're the people that they live comfortable, and they're not the people that take the risk. And maybe they don't need to take the risk. Maybe they're blessed to be in a position where they had parents that took the risks or something along the lines of that. You know what I mean? And they get to, and their parents allowed them to live comfortably. You know what I mean? Even if I was in that position, that's just not my mentality. I don't care how much money I have. For me personally, there's always more to do. There's always more to make. There's always another level you can reach. You know
I want
mean?
my kids' to be fed. That's the way I envision my future. Like, I'm not stopping till that's even a possibility. Like, my kids have to have food on their plate.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like, if you're gonna do something ever, why do it half-ass? You know what I mean? There's only one currency bigger than money, and that's time. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna do something, but do it.
Money is replaceable. Time isn't.
Right.
That's what I say.
Exactly.
That's why I take
trips when I have a chance. If you're gonna do something, do it. And that's why, if it's like, and I always say this too, when I talk about like love, for example, and it's not even just for like a specific person, for a thing. For example, I'm a baseball player. I love baseball. You know what I mean? I die for that sport. It's to a point where the only currency that matters when you love something is time, because you can give it unconditionally. You know what I mean? I can give baseball all the time in the world unconditionally and not ask for anything back in return. Yeah. Because I love it. You know what I mean?
like
you
the
can
gym
sit
for
here
me.
all day, exactly, in your podcast, be in the gym unconditionally because you love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no losing time when you're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm never losing time when I'm playing baseball. You know what I mean? Like,
You're doing what you love.
I'm giving that my time. You know what I mean? And when I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it to 100%. You know what I mean? And that's in anything, dude. Even if you're in a video game match or something, man, the littlest thing, man. Just, it's like, it all starts with, you can't just pick up a mentality. You can't watch a TikTok one day, some motivational TikTok from a Never Know podcast, and be like, I'm doing that now. This is me. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not how that works. You know what I mean? You obtain that information, and it's like anything else. It's a gradual process.
Yeah.
If I decide tomorrow that I want to dress like a cowboy, I'm not gonna just pull up tomorrow to school in a cowboy fit. People are gonna look at me like, what the fuck?
I've done
You know
that.
what I mean?
Though. I
Yeah,
gotta cut
but
you off.
I
I
dress
dress
like-
on my phone.
I dress
But-
like Mason Ramsey
right.
for a meme day, bro.
But it's that transition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? I like that. Let me start off by the little things. You know what I mean? The little things. For example, like, let's see here. Like, I got an assignment to do, right? I have to do it.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice. I might as well give it my best effort. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
give everything. Why not? It's not like I have a choice. I got to do it.
You got to get it over
You know
with.
what I mean? Just, if you're gonna do it, do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Just
In
do it
all
like
caps.
Nike, bro.
Exactly. Well, we don't. Only good
promote
kid
it.
here.
Only good
Yeah,
kid.
only
Yeah.
good kid, but
But
not taking your lingo. But just do it.
But that's what I'm saying, though. It's like, if you're gonna put yourself in a position where you're gonna take a gamble and you're gonna do something, just do it to the best of your ability. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Get in a routine, find a rhythm. You know what I mean? I go on Spurs where I decide I'm David Goggins and I want to lock the fuck in. You know what I mean? And so I'll sit
Run till
there,
your feet
right?
break,
burn the
And I'll be like,
boats.
you know what? Cold showers all month. And I'm sitting there, I'll turn on that first
I'll
cold
be doing
shower,
that
and
sometimes.
I literally started yesterday. I swear.
I only
was
take
like-
cold showers.
No, yeah, I was like, dude, I'm taking cold showers again. So I just got in, I was taking a cold shower, woke up this morning, took another cold shower.
They're the best.
Oh yeah, and it's just like, but that's what it is, man. It's just like,
It's just a mindset. It's just
exactly, and it's just the adaptability of funneling into that mindset. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You're never just gonna wake up one day and be great. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a
You gotta
gradual
go make
process. Miles didn't wake up one day and Good Kid was done. It was made. It was manufactured. It was a gradual process. He worked it out. You know what I mean? He did what he did. You didn't wake up one day, snap your fingers like Thanos, and this popped up here at the studio. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you worked towards this. You know what I mean? You bought this shit little by little. I remember every gym session, I'd be like, "Oh, what's up, Matthew? What's up? What you been up to, man? Oh, man, I'm just getting stuff set up with this podcast. You know what I mean? I just bought the couch. I just bought the second couch. The next day, I just bought the first mic stand. That's what's up. Yeah, I just got the new sound mixer.
baby steps.
Now
Baby
look where we
steps.
are here. That time flies when you start to do things in increments and start to just gradually take steps. Before you know it, bro, you're gonna be at that destination, if not close to where it first was an idea. You're gonna snap your fingers one day, and since you've been taking those steps little by little, they're almost unnoticeable.
Bro, you
and
should
you're gonna
start
think,
like a motivational podcast.
well, and then it's just
This
gonna be
is
like, and then you're just
fire.
gonna be there, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You're gonna reach your vision without knowing, and it's just about taking that first step and continuing to walk.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. So
Hey, I remember when you said you bought these couches, and that was the point when I was like, wow, like,
No,
this
yeah,
is like,
dude,
this is legit. I was like, anybody can buy a mic.
Couches
anyone
ain't
can have
cheap,
a
boys.
computer.
Not in
No.
Vegas. Couches ain't cheap.
No,
I
they're
got these couches.
expensive.
They're not cheap. I can vouch for Matthew.
When you told me that you got these, and I saw the picture, I don't remember if the setup was the same. I seen the picture of these two couches. I was like, wow, like, this is for real.
yeah,
He's locked in. He's
the
locked
setup.
in.
The setup was once I got the setup, I was like, this shit's official.
Yeah.
Right.
But when it comes to brands, so let's we've talked about it a little bit. What's next for you? What's next for Good Kid?
So, I mean, we got our summer drop coming up. Obviously, the mesh shorts, as we talked about earlier. Just different things, my favorite thing to work on is T-shirts. So we make everything with either screen printing, the old technique, or vinyl. I like T-shirts the best because it's the cheapest for me to get and make. A lot of people don't know this because it's not on the website, and I don't really tell people this. But the whole reason that Good Kid was started is me and my brother, because he's the co-founder, we've always really been into streetwear, Supreme, Bape. I mean, 2016 when all that started blowing up, 2018.
Resale?
Yeah, resale.
Me
I
too.
mean, it was the coolest thing in the world. And unfortunately, I mean, I live a very fortunate life, but I couldn't afford that kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like cool, like you're seeing all these kids, especially like if you live in an area by me, like you see all these people like wearing all these cool things, and like you can't do that because you can't afford it. So
Yeah.
I always wanted to start something that could be like that, but more affordable for people, and it just wouldn't take a lot for someone to feel like they were not necessarily cool, but that they were involved in the streetwear scene. So that's why I'm always looking for the cheapest way that I can lower my prices. You know, I actually just saw this video about Walmart, and they were talking about how every dollar that Walmart saves, a customer saves. And it's the same thing for me. Every time that I save a little bit money on getting cheaper t-shirts or cheaper material, it's cheaper for my customer.
Yeah.
So going back to the t-shirts, like I said, like I love making new designs, especially with screen printing. It's a cool process. It's a bitch to do. If anyone's ever done this, you know it is probably the worst thing in the world, having to wash screens. You're dealing with paint all day, and this isn't that regular paint. Like, you touch one thing, it's gonna be there for forever because you have to use like special washes and stuff. So
be kind of like Josh, like that whole thing at schools. I used to go to their printing.
Really?
Yeah, Coach Drew was my football coach, so I got to go see it.
Really?
That shit, those machines are crazy.
It's crazy. It's a tough process. But yeah, t-shirts, that's my favorite thing to do. Cheapest, make it cheap for everyone. So
hell yeah.
Summer coming up, obviously it's 1,000,000 degrees in Vegas. We're trying to get as many t-shirts out. I know in the winter we did a lot of like not darker things, but a lot of blacks, grays, browns. For the summer I want to do a lot of colors, a lot of more vivid
pastels maybe.
Yeah, we've been looking into pastels. We got some nice purple. We were talking about
need a gym tank. We're the good kid GK gym tank.
Bro, the sky's the limit. With
I know, exactly. We've been looking a lot at like self-dyeing, so not necessarily tie-dye. It would be cool to do tie-dye, but I like trying to make things look vintage in a way, distressing things, hand distressing, especially with the sun. I mean, it's the one thing we can use to our advantage since it's so hot out here, is leaving stuff outside to fade naturally. It gives it a process that obviously you can't make something look like it's a 30-year-old vintage t-shirt, but you can still give it a little bit of that feel.
Style at least.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah.
I think
I got big plans, so we'll see. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
What's the big vision for Good Kid?
You know, I would love for it to be my full-time thing, and I could roll around and the license plate on my car is going to be Good Kid. I mean, that's the vision, is that take care of everything. But, you know, life moves quick and life goes on, and sometimes, you know, I don't have a grand plan yet. I guess I could agree on that. I don't really know.
Step by step.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it doesn't go the way I want, then so be it. It'll be something else.
At least you tried it, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna have to get that one. So yeah, promote for a second your next drop if you have the details. I'm gonna get that one.
Damn,
all right, this is where we get to talk about how Matthew filled his last PR. I'm just kidding. Matthew don't fill PR.
Bro, I forgot about Shore Life.
Yeah, that's a throwback.
That's wild.
Man.
Hey, if you went to Liberty High School during the Shore Life era, you deserve a veteran discount.
Yeah.
That was something crazy. I remember, and you said that you were posted a lot. It was always the exact same picture of this dude right here,
was a black little SL
with the beanie on at Mount Charleston with the snowy background. Like, dude looked like he was outside of the Kanye album cover with the mountains out there, man.
I remember that. I remember taking that photo, and I tagged my own company. I remember I was like, dude, I'm him. I was an entrepreneur before I even knew how to spell entrepreneur.
That was a fucking era.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
That was wild.
People really were talking shit about this guy over this.
Yeah, it happens.
I got a good topic, I feel like, for the next one. I don't know how this is going to go, but it's something that I think about a lot.
You have a topic?
Yeah, I got a topic I want to bring up.
All right, hit me with it.
I don't know how Xander's going to feel about this, but
Let's hear it.
All right. So I've said this a lot. I feel like Xander is like, he's got a lot of haters, man. And you know why? I feel like Xander is always trying to do like he's always on top of trends. He's always moving forward and adapting. I mean, we're just talking about adaptability, and I feel like he's always moving forward. And like we were talking about earlier, like people always want to hate, like they're jealous when they're not the one doing it. And like, I don't know, like I've known Xander since we were probably 10 years old. Mm-hmm. I've known him like throughout middle school, high school, and now we're both in college. Like, and it still goes on to this day. Like, I don't know, it's such a random thing, but people are always like low key like dissing this man for no reason, dog.
No, yeah.
You could, and I know you.
I mean,
it
was just like, I feel like, so this is gonna jump into like more of like my own life story here, but like I said, I played baseball. I was a big baseball guy. Obviously, you play football, so you understand. You know, there's that team camaraderie and everything with the games. Yeah, and so it's like, and I'm not even trying to like talk myself up or anything, but I've always been a good person. Yeah. And anyone who truly knows me will agree and attest to that.
Yeah, you're a good guy.
I'm always
a good kid.
exactly. I'm a good kid. But even growing up, man, like I always like, and Miles can account to this. I actually used to be really short. Like when I was young, I was a short kid. I was a short kid, bro. I was smaller than everyone. And so it's like when it came to baseball, and this came into my mindset too. It's like my dad's a hard worker. You know what I mean? He's since I was born, this dude's been busting his ass overseas. You know what I mean? Working overseas as a fire chief. So you know what I mean? It's like that's somebody who I look up to, and I've always looked up to. And he always told me, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're the little guy, but like, so what? Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I always put in those extra hours of time to like get better. And then I didn't necessarily get better than everyone, but I know for a fact I gave it my best.
Your work ethic was what showed too,
exactly.
as well.
And then so it was like when we started to move on and transition, I think a big thing of it specifically with high school was like I was playing baseball. I obviously switched over. I switched over as a sophomore to Liberty. I was actually younger. I should be in Miles' grade, actually, gradually. That's why I played baseball with Miles, because I'm younger for my grade. But I went over there, and like Miles said, I was just kind of like, I was always respectful to everyone, because I have no reason to be rude to nobody. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even people that I'm not even cordial with, you know what I mean? Like, or anything like that, or they may not like me, I'm still not going to be mean or disrespect you.
It's your morals.
I mean? Yeah, it just goes in my morals, my personal morals, my religious morals, you know what I mean? Like, bro, there's a bigger picture to life, so it's like
treat others the way you want to be treated.
Exactly. Why am I gonna? I don't hold grudges. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I could get like really deep into the reason behind that, but it's like I don't hold grudges, and that just came off like a big event that happened in my life, and it was like life changing. And so it was one of those things where it was just like, dude, anyone could. You know what I mean? You could be my biggest enemy or something like that, and you could pass away tomorrow, and I promise I'm gonna be sad for you. You know what I mean? It's like,
no, that's actually something that I live by, is that I'm like, and it sucks because I'm kind of similar in a way, right? Like a lot of people that I know like hate on me for no reason. Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I'm a good guy.
Right.
Like, put up the video of Stefan Diggs saying it, bro. Like, I'm a good guy. I know my morals are good. I'm always gonna be honest. I'm always truthful. I'm always straight to the point. And there's a lot of people that I don't talk to today. And I always say this: if I ever said I loved or I cared for you, I stand by that. Like, even if we haven't talked in years. So, like, one of the things I live by is, like, I make sure, even if I know it's the last time I'm going to talk to this person, that my last word or my last sentence is something I'm going to feel good with.
Right.
Like, people that I dislike for specific reasons, I at least know the last thing I said to that person was something nice, because if something happens to them, I'm going to be broken, or I'm going to be sad, or I'm at least think about them, right?
Exactly.
And at least I know my last thing towards them was, hey, something nice. In whatever instance it was. So I agree with that.
But it just funnels back to what I was saying earlier, you know what I mean? But I will say, it's like I have a big thing in my life that I always account to and I always think about, and this is kind of corny, but it's like, it's true. I don't give a fuck about what people have to say about me anymore.
You can't.
And but that happened because, like Miles said, it's been since I was 9-10 years old. I've had people just hating on me for no reason, you know what I mean? Just because I was the weird kid that would stay after practice and like hit and like, always ask questions and shit. So it's just like, and it's just like, it's out of the norm. I'm not being the normal class student that's sitting there, you know what I mean? And just
you weren't just sitting in the back listening.
You know what I mean? If I had a question, I was like, coach, I got a question. You know what I mean? And yeah, I may have dragged stuff out and people may have said something about it, or it's like even going out to and just like going through that as a kid and constantly, hearing that and like hearing things that are said about me or anything. And it's just like, it just stopped bothering me anymore. And it was like, you know what? Like, clearly I've seen that no matter how good of a person I could be, because I'm not even trying to toot my own horn, but I genuinely believe that I'm a genuinely good person, and everyone who knows me would agree to that. And so it's like when I know that if I'm being as good of a person as I am, and I still have people, talking shit or hating on me for some reason, it's like,
who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it's like it's never gonna stop. You know what I mean? That's like an eye-opening moment for me. But and what I was saying to you earlier, which is kind of corny, is like I don't regret anything in my life.
Nope.
Nothing. Even the bad parts about my life. You know what I mean?
Because it taught you something.
Right. Exactly.
Or you're here now.
Exactly. And I promise you, every bad thing that's gone in my life, and people who know me on a personal level know I've been through some serious shit. Every bad thing in my life, I wouldn't change it. Anything. You know what I mean? And this is on a personal level here, and I'm going to get a little bit deep. But like my uncle, he passed away to suicide, and I'm open to talk about it because I think that by me talking about it, it helps raise awareness to
men's mental health.
Yeah, mental health is a big thing to me. He passed away to suicide, right? And so it's like as much as I love my uncle to death, you know what I mean? And I would do anything to see him for one more day, but I wouldn't change anything. You know what I mean? He left, it happened, but I promise you that big event had such a huge impact on who I am today. You know what I mean? And I go out of my way to like make sure that, you know, people are straight, you know, check up on my friends and like just things like that, you know what I mean? That formulated me to be the person that I am now. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of bad shit, you know what I mean? I can promise you that it's like there's all this bad shit that I'm going through and I've gone through in my life, and I'm sitting there like, damn, like that shit sucked, you know what I mean? When I was in high school, a lot of people don't know this, and this, you know, accounts to like going back, you know, I had a lot of people trash talking me, you know what I mean? And I was never rude, and I never said anything back, but I wasn't in the best situation in high school, and barely anybody knew that. Like, because you know why? It's because I showed up to school with a smile on my face, and I was nice to everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wasn't even trying to be like on some stuff like that with anybody. But like around my junior year of high school, I was almost homeless. I was sitting there. Me and my father, man, we were living, you know, borderline paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And so it's like, I feel like I've seen the world and a bigger picture, and I've gone through so much shit and like stuff in my life that it's just like, when it comes to, you know, people like just talking crap and stuff, it's like, it's just gonna happen, you know what I mean? It happens, but in the end of the day, truthfully, I know that there's absolutely no way that you hate me as much to the point where if God forbid, knock on wood, I passed away tomorrow and this person sees all the reposts or something on story, on Instagram or social media, I promise you, they're gonna be like, damn, he was a good guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's sad. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, but it's just like, why don't we think about that? You know what I mean? And this is honestly is like me pushing on to being like a mental health activist, but it's like why even be rude to somebody, bro? Like, and this is kind of corny, but if you don't have something nice to say, bro, what are you gaining out of saying that to somebody? You know what I mean? Or hating on somebody. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, and for example, you know, all three of us, we've gone out of our way to do something that was out of the regular life of work the 9 to 5, go to school, be cool, do all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people, dude. I love podcasts. I sit there all day listening to podcasts. When you told me you wanted to listen and make a podcast, dude, I thought that was the dopest shit ever. Yeah. I was like, that's fucking sick, because I love podcasts. But I know there's somebody else that was probably sitting there when you may have told somebody like, man, I'm making a podcast, and they're like,
I've got DMs saying that I thought it was a stupid idea, but I see you doing it now. Like, congrats, bro.
Right. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it's
what?
like, yeah, but it's just like, you know what I mean? But it's like, no matter what, people are going to say stuff to you, say stuff behind your back. But it's like, it's genuinely just about the people you care about. And honestly, like I said, all that shit talking, that shit's made me so much of a stronger person. It's allowed me to honestly motivate myself in sports and life to want to be in a better position than most people, you know what I mean? And it's strive that motivation, you know what I mean? Even you said, you know, and I was actually just talking to you about this in the gym. Dude, I didn't know you in high school. I knew who you were, you know. I mean, you were friends with Junior. I had close. Yeah. You know, we have mutual connections. It's Vegas. Everyone knows everyone.
Very true. Very fucking true statement.
And everyone in Vegas would account to that. Everybody knows everyone.
You know everybody.
So I knew of Matthew. I've seen him all over social media through people's Snapchat. Dude, Matthew. When I remember seeing him for the first time, Matthew, I think it was a video of you in a football locker room, dude. And I don't remember who posted it. It's probably Junior. But dude, this Matthew. He was like, it was probably like sophomore year of high school. So he's a little guy.
When you fit your hand around my wrist.
Dude, he was this little kid, this little dude. And I remember seeing him for some reason in my head. But then I remember meeting this dude in the gym. And I was like, damn, man. Like, dude, this dude's big as fuck. Like, this dude is huge. No, pause. But it's like, but that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm sure, and obviously, I'm just saying this because I feel like I can relate to you on a personal level. And I'm sure that throughout high school, you may have gotten jokes about being that small guy. You know what I mean? And it's like, you didn't let that fuck you up. You know what I mean? You use that shit to your advantage. You know what I mean? Look, who the fuck's gonna call you small now, bro? Like no one's gonna call you. No one's gonna be like, Matthew, that motherfucker's small. You know what I mean? Like, no one's saying that now, and it's like, you know what I mean? No one's gonna be like, man, that good kid shit's ass, dude. He can pull the statements. You know what I mean?
Very true.
There's facts in the
got
numbers.
The bank statements.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's just
nobody's gonna say, look at you. You're not even good at baseball, but I'm pretty sure you're a college baseball player.
Right. So, but it's like, but the thing is, it's like, why do that, bro? Just like support somebody. And if you don't support it, then just
stay quiet, bro.
Just whatever, bro. Next swipe, next page. You know what
Facts.
I mean? But it's like, dude, I promise you, when you're supportive to somebody and you start building those connections with people, Like, that's something that I found in my life that has become the biggest thing that's going to take somebody to, like, the next level where they want to go, is building as many connections as you can.
Connections are how you get
They're
everywhere,
huge,
bro.
dude. They're huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, right?
I think connections are bigger than money.
No, absolutely.
100%.
100%.
100%. I am an attest of that because of Xander.
I was
It's
going to
kinda
say,
wild.
literally right now, right? I'm going to give you a to-date example.
Whoa, we gotta go way back though. Like this, it's kind of crazy.
so-
I met this dude when I was about 9, right? Pumas, 9
Yeah,
right?
back in baseball.
Back in
Baseball
baseball, like 9 years old, and then something happened. I think you left the team, right?
Yeah,
I left the
first
team
one.
eventually. After that, I ended up joining another team that he was already on. Fast forward another year later, like I think we're both on different teams. We're playing against each other. Maybe 2 years later, after that, I'm at Liberty for high school baseball, and then he transfers back over there. It's like I've played with and against this guy for basically
guys
my
couldn't
whole
get
life.
away from
Yeah,
each other.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then after graduation, I don't even remember how we met up at the gym again, but I was working out and I'm
You working out with Phil, and I was like,
Yeah,
"What's up,
yeah.
Miles? Like, what's up, bro?"
and I was like, oh, like I haven't seen him in a minute because he was originally up in Washington, and I see him at the gym, and that's how we started talking about. He was telling me about his brand idea, and I'm like, oh, dude, like I literally just started like a t-shirt business. At this point, there's no GoodKid. We were just making like custom orders
For
like,
people.
That was what I thought was gonna make me rich. Was like making like custom things on like Etsy or whatever. Definitely could, but anyways, I was like, oh, like I can manufacture all that stuff for you. Like he said, it just worked out that he had learned from his previous time that like it's a lot easier if you're working with a manufacturer close.
Yeah.
And fast forward like a couple months after that, I was working at Target. He needed a job. I was able to get him in. And things happened. Fast forward to now, he's at a better job, and I just had an interview that because of him, and I secured the bag today. We got the job.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
you got a
bro.
new job
today.
Hell yeah.
You're getting paid $5 more plus commission.
And that's a prime example of a good friendship, though.
No,
it's like
yeah.
you guys like, they say it's lonely at the top, but it's better if you got someone like you two. Like you guys are always gonna be able to look at each other. Like when you guys are at the top and looking down, not to say looking down on people, but you guys are gonna be there together.
Yeah.
And like not a lot of people can say that. Like I always say, like I'm gonna make it to the top one day, and like I'm gonna bring anybody that supported me up with me.
Exactly.
So it's dope that you guys have that. If I could rewind, I was gonna wait till the end of the episode to bring this up, but I think this is honestly the perfect time to kind of like rewind to your topic. The main point of the Never Know podcast is for you to never know what you may hear, learn, feel, or gain from an episode. And I feel like every episode you guys gain some type of knowledge or have a good laugh or something. But my big dream with the podcast is to touch up on deeper topics. And so he is men's mental health. Roll the trailer.
He is seen as perfect, a tough, strong man. Is he, though? Is he as strong as he poses to be? He isn't. He isn't allowed to show his emotions because he will be seen as weak. He keeps everything inside without talking to anyone about anything. He keeps it inside, and the more he does, it turns into a rage into anger. And suddenly he is taking it out on people he doesn't mean to. He's drowning, but people around him fail to see what he is truly going through. He puts a smile on his face for his friends, family, and teachers, so no one really sees what's going on.
Bringing us back from the commercial, everybody.
So
what is this?
He is Men is a segment. It's the private segment, secret segment I've always talked about is Late Nights, Late Talks with Matthew Hall, which is still part of the Never Know podcast. But I think there's a lot of topics that don't get recognition. So you said mental health, right? And suicide. Well, the leading killer in young men is suicide, and that doesn't stick right with me. And I mean, I'm not going to get into this episode, but I have my personal stories as well, and I feel like I'm in a position now where I'm totally good with my feelings, and like I feel good. I'm not sad in any way, but I know there's some kid out there that's a dude for this segment. There's a dude out there that thinks he has to hold it all in, and I'm not like, if I can bring some recognition to that, that's
Dude,
a goal. So
I love that you
100%.
said that, because I want to tell you something here. I remember, and I made this change in my mentality last year in college in Washington. A lot of stuff was going on, man. I lost a lot of family last year. I lost like 6 family members. And,
COVID?
And just like one was COVID, the other ones are just deaths, and it was
Different
just
reason.
like just a big thing going on in my life where I was just like, damn, man, like one after the other. It was kind of sad. And then but I remember sitting there, and I was like, it was kind of like a thing where I'm rethinking life, because like when you see somebody die, it's like, damn, like, but we're gonna die. You know what I mean? And it's like,
it's my biggest fear.
No, yeah. So it's like, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, what, like, I'm evaluating my life with baseball. I'm like, is this what I want? Like, what's my dream? You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there, and this is gonna change for everybody, but I found it now. I can say with confidence what my dream is. And like, I tell you what, in this situation where I'm currently in right now, my goal is to play professional baseball. Mm-hmm. That's my goal. My dream is to be in a position where I have a voice and a platform that I can change people's life.
Yes, sir.
And help people. And that's where I think me and you are very similar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, and this is a big count. Dude, I get, and people in Washington, right? When I played my last season of baseball up in Washington for my JC, I was very, very well known up there. Every team we played, I mean, when I mean every team, I mean every single team we played. I'd show up to the field. We show up early, like 2 hours early, because we had to do all this pregame stuff. Yeah. And the other team all came, this TikTok boy, you know what I mean? This TikTok guy. But it's like, dude, like, it happens, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's whatever. But it's like, I love TikTok, and I love, and as many people want to say anything about how they think it's corny, I think TikTok is one of the best social media platforms that was ever made.
Yeah, I would agree.
I agree.
No,
I'd agree.
Dude,
marketing on TikTok,
it has changed so many people's lives, mine included. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not some super celebrity, but dude, like
it gave you a platform.
Exactly. It gave me a position to voice myself and like my baseball, dude. And you know, I'm a huge mental health activist with stuff with one of my uncle. And so it's like, dude, when I get DMs from kids, you know what I mean? I remember being a 9-year-old baseball player, but when I get DMs from these, you know, 9-10-year-olds, like, dude, like, I loved your video, man. Like, you got any tips for me? I remember I got one DM, dude, and it was ironic too, because it was like I just finished a really long game. It was a long game. I didn't play that game. I was kind of just frustrated, and the other team was chirping me about the TikTok stuff. And for a little bit in my head, it just kind of got to me for a little bit when I got back to the house. And I remember right after that, and this is almost like, I'm very religious, so it's almost like a God sign for me. And so it was like, I got a DM from this kid. It's like maybe 10, 13-year-old, 11-year-old. And he literally says in the DM, bro, like, I was going through some hard stuff, like, and I was in a terrible mood. And honestly, like, and then I have the DM still, and it was like, and it made me tear up reading. I started crying. But it was like, dude, like, I was in a bad place right now, like, mentally. And like, I was on the verge of, you know what I mean? Like, just doing stuff that I shouldn't be thinking about. Yeah. And I remember he sent me in that message, and he said, but I watched your video, bro, and it gave me so much motivation. And instead of what I was thinking in my head, I went out to the field and played catch with my friend.
That's better than what money could bring. And dude, that's the way I say about it.
When I saw that, like, it was like crazy to me. And I remember, I'll never forget that, ever. Never. Ever since I saw that, I've always been so cute. I don't care what you say about TikTok. I remember when I read that message, instantly is a different new level switch. Like, dude, I am, as much as there's people that are gonna make fun of me, bro, there's so many people
you can impact.
You know what I mean? And even if it's one person, I've been seeing that it's more than one person. You know, people reach out to me with questions, and I love it. You know what I mean? I love helping these people. And I remember seeing that, and I was like, wow, like, dude, I'm in a position where I have like a voice, you know what I mean? And that's my biggest thing, is it's like, I'm not saying I'm the all-knowing person, but it's like, dude, I've been through some shit. So it's like, I have a good general idea of how to help, you know what I mean? And for a while, I wanted to be a therapist. That was like, I wanted to go into psychology and be a psychology major and become a therapist. And it was a big thing I was going on with for a while. Even my best friend, he was going through some hard stuff, some personal stuff. And I remember I was talking to him with it, and like, we got through it together. And I remember him specifically telling me, like, dude, if you're, and I'll never forget this, but he was like, bro, if you don't make it in baseball, he was like, you need to be in a position where you can help people. Yeah. And I remember him telling me, bro, he was like, he said, I don't think I could have got through this if you weren't here helping me out. And that's just like, it's so deep, bro, to hear that, especially from someone you love. It hits, you know what I mean? Like, I love this dude. Like that's my, you know, my brother. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so it's like, when you know what I mean? To be able to hear that and know that you, and it's not even just me, man. It's everybody. You know what I mean? And it's like, you have the ability to save someone's life without knowing it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. And the counteractive, you have the ability to take someone's life without knowing it.
And that's exactly why I told my parents, because my parents, the first thing they asked me when I said I'm starting a podcast is like, oh, how are you going to make a career out of that? How are you going to make money off that? Mm-hmm. And I told them, I was like, as much as the money like is cool, getting sponsors cool, you know, having my own career out of this would be sick, which is all gonna happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to happen.
100%.
But I told him, I said, more important than anything, and I actually said this on my mom's episode, and she agrees now. I was like, saving a kid's life or impacting a kid's life is way better than what money can bring.
Absolutely.
And it's like, that's why this first segment is called He Is Men, and you guys will see in the trailer the title, why it makes sense. I'll show you guys the trailer. But I've seen two, and as myself as well, and I'm not going to get into this episode, it'll be more that segment, but like, I think there's a huge problem in this world that men can't speak.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do us men have to bottle ourselves up and hold it in because we don't want to be seen as weak? And just to end this little topic, one thing my therapist said to me, he goes, when I went to therapy, he goes, men can be mad and it's normal, but a man sad, he's weak. A girl can be sad and it's normal, but a girl mad and she's a bitch. And it's like, it shouldn't be vice versa. Like, it should be everybody. If a guy's sad, if a girl's sad, if a guy's mad, it should be normal because it's emotions.
Absolutely.
Every fucking human has emotions. So, yeah, the first little late night slate talk segment is going to be He Is Men. It's a full-on dive, solo, no guest, just on men's mental health. And that's going to be one where grab your fucking popcorn because it's going to be serious. And also, one of my big fears, kind of when we said like starting something, that's my biggest fear of the pod is being vulnerable. So that's why I am in a good place and I don't feel sad in any way. And now I know I can finally, like, you know,
absolutely
support that. But I think I'm gonna do a little switch and go from
Wait, hold up. Shout out to my little brother Connor Goldberg. Dude dropped like 20 pounds in like a matter of a month.
For real?
Seriously.
Yeah. He's always been a big kid, and he looks super good right now, man. And he's going into a senior year, so he's doing good. Just makes me a little mad, dude. People are calling him my older brother now. He's like 3 inches taller than me.
I always joke with my brother about that, about the transformation. But
all right, guys, we're back. I feel good. Thank you for.
We're back. We took a little intermission.
Thanks
but,
for the break, Matthew. Great host, by the way.
I appreciate that.
For real.
How do I tighten this? My bad. Is that away?
Yeah, should be good.
All right.
But
I can't wait till you get sponsors and you can throw like a little drink.
Bro, I can't wait, bro.
It's gonna be sick, dude.
My dream sponsors Young LA, of course.
I promise you, sponsor this. Sponsor Never Know early. Get on it early.
I actually, talking about that, I have my first sponsorship in the works.
Really?
Kind of with clothing.
That's sick. Okay.
All I'll say is Urban Necessities. Is some like. Not Urban Necessities isn't the sponsor, but someone in that.
That's tight though.
That
That's
field
nice.
is
I just got my, you know what I mean, and that's why it's like going on to branding, like you were saying too. It's like it's fun. I love that we're all branding ourselves in a different way.
Yeah,
You're branding this podcast,
connections, branding,
you know
all
what I mean?
that.
You're branding this brand, and I'm branding, myself throughout TikTok.
Yeah,
and it's like it's crazy how you can really just brand yourself and become a thing. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you have your thing, you know what I mean? You're receiving sponsorships. Miles is doing big venues for, you know what I mean? He was literally on a poster board next to Stussy.
Stussy.
You know what I mean? That's
sick.
crazy.
You know what, I brought you bringing that up. That was a moment where I was like, wow, like this is really going somewhere. Because I was like, wow, like that's kind of like, how do you say it? Stussy or Stussy? I don't want to sound dumb on here.
Playboy Cardi says Stussy.
I say Stussy, but I was like, wow, like as I brought up earlier, like that's one of the companies. I mean, not all their stuff is super expensive, but it's like, wow, like this is like a solidified streetwear, like
brand.
everyone knows.
Everyone
like this
knows
is like a company. Like, yeah, exactly. And I was like, wow, like I'm on the same like advertisement.
This dude
as
is
them.
right next to them in the poster. It's good.
Yeah.
It's Stussy. Good kid.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Crazy.
It's just about time, and that's why I was talking to one of my homies' brands, and he texted me. He goes, like, dude, when you have an idea, when you want to start making merch and stuff, let me know. Sit down. Like, my manufacturer's this, and it's somewhat connected to Urban Necessities. That's why I say it.
That's sick.
As the little like hint, I guess you could say. Yeah. But yeah, that's in the works. And then I mean,
that's what I'm saying, man. That's tight. Like, you're getting your sponsors. He's doing big things. I've gotten personal sponsors from baseball companies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2 new ones actually recently this week.
Liquid IV, right?
No, I did it. I was talking to them for a little bit though.
That's dope.
Still there.
Still there.
But I did this deal with I don't know if you name drop here on your podcast. My sponsors.
Go ahead.
I guess there's no class yet because that hasn't been solidified. But I got a sponsor from Nook Squad. They make baseball glasses. They're actually really sick, and I'm not just saying that because I sponsored them. They're actually really tight. I'm a very honest person. If I didn't like the product, I wouldn't
Be sponsored by them. Yeah.
I actually really fuck with their glasses. They're dope. They're really cheap too. You know what I mean? They look sick, and they are genuinely really cheap. And now I'm working out another thing that's going on with another company, which I actually really love this company on a personal level. We're not completely contracted yet, sponsored, but they sent me out some things, and I got to try out the gear. Their brand name is Bat Flipped. They make baseball guards, like elbow guards and shin guards and stuff.
Sick.
But they're a religious company.
You posted something like that, right?
Yeah, they're sick, man. They got the guard and they got the cross on them. They're fucking dope.
Hard.
They're fucking dope.
That's hard. Yeah, I'm working on my next sponsorship that I want to work on. It's this company called GoodKid Worldwide.
Yeah, where's that sponsorship?
Yeah, that's
coming on the way.
Get a GK shirt like pinned up
get
right
you-
here.
hey,
Look at
you
the
know
little
what?
logo right there.
Look,
We're trying to do flags actually, because a lot of people have asked about them for their room. We're gonna get
college
that flag
dorms,
right
every
there.
time.
Give me a flag, bro. No,
Right
yeah.
there. Hey, for $100, you can get a little 4x4 right
Nah,
here in the
bro,
corner.
that's also something. It's like I got 3 homies that start brand, including you. And I told him I sent the text. I was like, dude, like you can like sponsor the Never Know podcast. I'm not gonna charge you. Like I was like, dude, like I want to see you guys win just as much as you guys want to see me win. Like
This guy's a class act.
that's the
everybody.
vision.
Exactly.
Like if my
Class
boys
act.
are winning, I'm winning.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, of course, like when I get a big brand, then yeah, like,
Bro, Matthew, I think I broke
And the money better
mic,
come.
bro.
huh?
I think I broke it.
No, sometimes they just get loose.
I was like just holding it. I was like, oh my god.
Nah,
for like
I'll be able to
15
fix it
minute
after.
compilation, I was sitting here like this, trying to mess with the knobs.
It should be good.
I think all of us genuinely love, like, I love putting someone on. And
Yeah.
anything like music. I'm a huge music guy.
Me
so if I
too.
can put someone on music or a food or anything like that, like I've been getting really, and this is gonna help you segue into your next topic, but I've been getting really into pineapples recently, and I've been on a big thing with been telling everybody like, bro, I fucking love pineapples. Like they're
All right,
hella
but
fire.
tell me why is it when you eat so many of them, bro, your mouth gets numb? You feel that?
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, what-
I don't
I
know.
don't rock with that.
But they're good.
But
They're
in that
good.
and that pineapple juice that comes in clutch.
Yeah,
Just
bro.
saying. Pineapple juice is clutch.
Yeah.
Also, if you're getting wisdom teeth, drink pineapple juice. A little fun fact, but
I need to get that done. I've
Yeah.
been talking about doing that on my tonsils, bro. I've
drink a gallon of pineapple juice the day before. I swear to God, you won't be
Life-changing?
swollen. I was fine the next day.
that's tight.
But
Yeah, I'm
fruit.
gonna try to pull this out real quick. We're
Yeah,
gonna
go
have
ahead.
to redo that.
Go ahead.
Do I just pull?
You break it, you buy it, brother.
Yeah, how do I do this, bro?
I can do it.
Sorry, bro.
Intermission.
I unscrewed this part.
Yeah, what the fuck did you do? There you go. Another little intermission.
Let me go.
You're good. I'll find it. But yeah, all right. So
This is sick. I hope one day too you get like a montage of just behind the scene clips, like Miles going.
Oh, no,
fuck
yeah,
this
for
on, like, the
sure,
mic
for
right
sure.
there. There's so much
sure.
potential here, dude. It's crazy.
I appreciate that. But you brought up pineapple. So I thought of a funny segment before. I think it would be funny. And shout out, I'm not going to lie. I had the name, but I totally forgot.
What?
Of the guys that do this on TikTok.
Oh, it was
F something.
It's like a 3-letter name.
Yeah,
I
it was
forgot
4-letter guys. If you know them,
If you know, you know.
put them down in the comments because they gave us the idea.
Yep.
But a lot of people do this draft. So we're gonna do. There's 3 of us. We all get 5 picks. We're gonna do top 5 fruit. If he says your fruit, you can't choose it. So it's like a real draft. We're just gonna do fruits because he brought up fruits, and I think that's a good one. And if someone says fucking apple, it's fades.
It's gone.
But
All right, who's going
you can
first?
start first if you want to, since you brought up pineapple.
No, I'm kidding. Let's see.
So number one draft.
Honestly, for fruit, bro, it has to. I love strawberries, bro.
Yeah?
In
That's
any shape,
fair.
way, form,
Yeah.
chocolate, sugar, nothing hits better than a nice strawberry.
Okay, so top 5 fruit draft.
Nothing
Your
hits
first
better than
pick,
a strawberry, bro.
strawberry.
Gotta.
That's a very strong pick.
That's a basic pick, but strong pick.
No,
Yeah,
got it. That's just top
a
of the-
solid
hey,
pick. That's a solid pick. You know what?
Sometimes top of the top is
The
basic.
chocolate, the dessert, that's facts.
a little bit of
that's
everything.
Pretty versatile. With my number 1 pick, though, of the 2023 fruit draft, we're going to be taking watermelon.
Ooh, that's a solid one.
You know, I feel like
Fuck
it's...
you, but that was mine.
It's not very versatile as strawberries, but and I feel like sometimes we'll be working at Target and I'm like so hot from going in and out, and I'm like, damn,
It's
like
just summer.
some
Watermelon is
that'll
summer.
hit right now.
That's
Yeah.
that's the combo, summer and watermelon. I remember
Yeah.
as a kid. But all right, so with my first pick in the 2023 fruit draft of the Never Know podcast, since you let it slip, I'm going number 1 pineapple. Pineapple was my
Still my
number one
second
pick.
round draft pick.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta lock in. I gotta
Pineapple's
talk. I need to
my
talk to my
fave.
GMs here for this. So
They're right behind you. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Okay.
Second pick.
I think with the first pick in the second round
I know
of the 2023 fruit draft, my pick would have to be grapes.
Oh, what the fuck?
I wasn't expecting that.
What do you think I was
not
gonna
expecting-
say?
Not grapes.
I'm a big grape guy.
No, I could see that. Grapes
I
are
thought
pretty
you were
good,
going to
but-
do a combo with your first pick.
The combo wombo, the old combo wombo.
I thought you were going to go with the generic but go-to combo that goes with your first.
You know what?
No, you can't take it back.
I eat 3 of them a day, so I should have definitely said it. But I think I've eaten so many of what you're
can't be
talking
in the
about right
top.
now.
Yeah. I don't
know what y'all are
that it's
thinking
just
of.
not even that it's not
Banana
good,
bread.
but bro, it's so embedded in my daily life to eat a banana. I promise
like
you.
chicken and rice
I
to
eat one with breakfast. I cut it up for breakfast. I'll eat one just for no reason, and then I'll throw one in my mass gainer at the end of the night. I'll top it up. Dude, no, it's light. When you throw the banana and the peanut butter in there for extra, it gives it like a really good, almost milkshake taste. You know, because like you know, you get that mass gainer, it kind of gets powdery a little.
I've never
a
taken mass gainer.
Well, if you do, it's the same thing as protein, just a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
A lot of bit thicker, actually, I'd say. But when you put like a banana in it, and peanut butter, it like really helps it like become like almost a milkshake, and it's super drinkable. I think the like acidicness in like the banana, because like I don't know if you get it, but they do like the potassium.
It's a different calorie blended
Yeah.
and eaten if you
Exactly.
eaten.
And when you blend a banana into it, it almost makes it one more drinkable. It almost turns it into more of like a water-y thing. And drink your mass gainers with water. I promise it'll be easier to drink.
Way easier. That's what my brother says.
Yeah, and then when you make it with like a banana or something like that, bro.
All right, so you go.
But I'm not gonna. I'll go ahead and stay with my
Banana's
pick.
still on the
it's
board.
okay.
Yeah.
He was a sleeper, man. He was a sleeper in the draft. I didn't even think
so
about it.
you took the grapes?
He took
The
grapes
grapes.
at 2. You could have left
yeah.
that.
Do I get
at
both
5.
colors?
Huh? Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
really want purple. Like
Yeah,
could
you
give
get
two
both
shits about
grapes.
purple, but,
You get grapes. in
Green
general.
grapes a dub.
Very versatile.
Green
but
grapes a dub.
Yeah.
that could have slipped to 5.
I guess that also
I was gonna
classifies
say
as raisins.
that was a 4 or 5 for
Yeah,
me.
I wouldn't have
probably
taken
wouldn't
that.
have taken it at all.
Yeah, me either.
You guys already said it, but my second pick was gonna be the bananas.
Yeah?
I'm a big banana
I'm a
guy.
huge banana guy.
Peanut butter is one of my favorite things in the world, and it sucks because my girlfriend is allergic to nuts. But you know what?
I've been
She
there
knows.
before.
She knows. She's allergic to a couple different things. Fish is one, but I'm not really a big sushi fish guy, so that's all right. But she
fuck up
knows
some
that
sushi.
I got to eat that peanut butter, man.
You got
breakfast.
to.
I got cut. You got to
Go
put
brush
them
your
together
teeth.
on
Go
the.
brush your teeth,
No.
man.
I'm saying like breakfast. The go-to. Protein waffles. Shout
put
out
you on?
Target. Yeah, he did put
Who
me
put
on.
you on?
That's from him.
The Kodiak waffles and put the
Yeah.
peanut butter
Peanut
spread
butter
on
with
top
the bananas
with
and
the
honey.
banana.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's fire.
life changing.
Walking around at school or work, I
And
always
it-
got a banana with me. Like
Exactly.
you said earlier. I mean, they be getting mad at me at work sometimes. I don't break the tip off. I don't snap the whole thing in half. I go straight onto it, man. Might be
You
a
bite
little
it with the
sus.
peel?
No.
Oh,
like
I
they're
was
talking
like,
about how like it's a little less. Like,
Me
it's
and
a little
Matthew
less
both looked at each other
sus.
like,
Wait, what do you mean by that?
They're like, why
He
does
said
this
I
dude got a
go
whole
in.
banana in his mouth right now? I guess it's supposed to. It's a little sus, but whatever. End of the night, I don't know if anyone does this. This might get a little freaky right here, but I'll just take the banana, I'll slop it onto the plate, and then I just get the jar of peanut butter and put it all on there, like just.
Yeah, you could have definitely worded this
Nah,
whole thing differently.
but I don't know. It's
on
it's kind of
plate.
weird. Like I just grab it and just like all
Listen.
throw it on there, and then that's it.
I don't feel ya, but like I feel ya.
I get
feel
what you're
ya.
saying.
I know where
Yeah.
you're coming from.
It's just a
but
good combo.
Listen, I love bananas, and like he said, for all of you lifters, I'm sure there is a good amount of lifters and big gym guys and here on this podcast, bro. Those Target Kodiak waffles. Get them. I eat
Gas.
4 a day. 4 for breakfast. I'll make 4 of them. They come in a box of 10 if you get the buttermilk one. So if you do 2 boxes, you buy them at 2. That's 4, and then those last 2 of each box will make an additional 4. 4 a day for breakfast. Each waffle, just put a layer of peanut butter on it. Chop up a banana, honey or syrup. But you start your day off. If you're trying to get a lot of calories, you instantly start your day off with 1,600 calories.
Yeah.
Off
Damn.
rip.
Packed with protein.
Off rip, and it's
Fucking
all it's
bulking cheat
huge
code.
protein,
Yeah.
huge protein. No, seriously, dude. When I was
Bulking
doing
cheat
that, I was
code.
taking so much protein, and then obviously, and another little life hack is those little peanut butter pretzel bites.
Pretzels. You've
Yeah,
been
you
talking
told me
about
about
these
that.
all
Money,
week,
bro.
dude.
They're so fine because if you use them, I'm a person who craves chips. I love chips, and so
Yeah.
I use them as a substitute for chips. When I'm trying to really lock the fuck in and get my protein in and stop eating like shit, I'll buy these and I'll literally keep them on me. Like I keep them at work in my desk. Same with a bunch of rice cakes, and I literally sit there and just
I'm waiting for that new Rise protein. They partnered with Skippy Peanut Butter.
No shit.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
They partnered with Skippy Peanut Butter.
Not sponsored yet, Rise, so it's a free promotion.
Bro,
Where's the sponsor?
I spend like $150 a month on your stuff.
Where's the sponsor?
Yeah, for real, please. But
everyone tag Rise on this clip. Where's the sponsor?
Everybody tag Rise, because I literally everything from. I have 4 types of pre-workout in my supplement.
All Rise.
All Rise.
Wow.
Every flavor.
Rise. Get on it early. I love
Pump caps, protein, all of it.
I love what
drink.
Rise is doing as a company.
Dude,
I
me
love
too.
that they came out with those cans as well now.
Yeah.
Dude, fire. I've been
Kool-Aid
off. I've been
one?
up. Yeah, I was just talking to him that I
Yep.
had him try it yesterday. I've been off pre for a little bit for no reason. Just been too lazy to go in the vitamin shop. And I've been every day, just walk in, I buy. They're kind of expensive though, Rise. You need to lower them prices.
They're
a little
expensive
bit.
at
They're
EOS.
Yeah, they are. But
Maybe
even at the gas
tax 'em.
station, they're still like 2.8 to like 3. At EOS, they're like 3.4. But I'll buy one, man. I'll either get the Kool-Aid one. That one's fire. I'm gonna get the Kool-Aid one, or I'll get the
Ring
Baja
Pop?
one.
Oh, okay.
Have you tried that one?
Yeah, I've tried all of them.
Dude, the Baja one's fucking solid.
I like the
man.
Ring Pop.
Really, the Ring Pop one's cool. It's a little too sweet for me.
The Ring
but
Pop
it does taste really good.
tastes better than
I
the
heard
drink.
that is
'cause
really,
it's
that's
red
why
cherry.
I tried the Ring Pop one first, because I heard a lot of stuff, a lot of fitness influencers that I do. They're sponsored by Rise. So
Yeah.
I know they say that Ring Pop one's
Rise
pretty
is
fire.
one of the dream sponsors as well.
Rise, bro. Get on
For
it.
sure.
I'm telling you, get on early before all the other companies jump on.
Yeah, because then there's going to be some debating. But back to the fruit draft. So 1 strawberry, 1 watermelon. I did pineapple, then 2 grapes, banana. With number 2
Of the 2023 draft.
of the fruit drafts, I'm going to go with mango.
That's a good one.
This is going to be a controversial take, but I do not like mangoes.
I know a lot of people would let that slip, but a mango is, I could eat a mango any day.
And mangoes aren't my favorite, but I'll eat them if it's in front of me.
It's just refreshing, bro.
Yeah, I'll definitely eat a mango if it's in front of me. Like I said, it's not my go-to, but it's
Number
not
3.
bad. Number 3. This is where we get in a lot of trouble because I don't.
I got some
I
ideas.
have a very
I
selective taste palette, so I like to keep when I like something, I stick to that thing.
Okay, then
You know what
stick to your.
And so it's like I'm trying to think here of what, because a lot of the ones that I actually eat, you guys have knocked on the list.
He's
Like,
gonna say
I'm trying to even
fucking pears.
think of fruit. Ew.
I was going to say that eventually. I'm a big pear guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know about round 3.
feel like that
Maybe
says a lot
it's
about
4
you.
or 5, but I'll explain why. I got a good reason later.
There's a story behind the pears.
Oh gosh.
Let's see. Fruits. I'm gonna try and brain fart on any fruits that are even fruits.
I got my 3 and 4.
You guys are
Is an
quick.
avocado a fruit?
No.
No? Okay.
I
Sorry.
don't know what
Yeah,
that
it has a
is.
seed.
Is that what classifies a fruit?
Yep.
Really?
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
No,
I
there's
hate
no
all-
way. I got to look that up.
Oh, yeah, seriously.
What?
Hey, put up on screen. I need the fact of that.
I swear. I think if it has a seed, it's a fruit.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
So you're telling me an avocado is a fruit?
Yep. And tomatoes are fruits as well.
I thought a tomato was. No, it's not. Because in Veggie Tales, bro,
Bro,
there's a
don't
tomato that
quote,
bro.
little hops around like
It's a
that.
fucking fruit.
Dude, it's literally Veggie
Put up
Tales.
the fact right
Hey.
here.
Veggie Tales, bro. It's
Nah.
a tomato. It's a tomato and a fucking
You know
cucumber.
what? You're right. Michelle Obama with the school lunches. That's the reason why, right?
Yeah.
Because pizza is considered a vegetable. Because it
Wait,
has
what?
Yeah, because of all the tomatoes on it, they consider it a vegetable. That's why they're
Really?
allowed to serve it in schools.
I love pizza.
Some crazy stuff.
Huh. Number 3.
Dude,
Damn, you got those lips resting.
I can't think, man. I'm like, what is a fruit? What is a fruit?
Just anything.
If we
you think
really
so.
think
There's
about
so
it.
many fruits on the board right now that you can choose from.
Is there though? Like,
We only labeled 6 fruits.
I got a lot of my
Blueberries.
head.
Blueberries at 3.
I like blueberries. I like blueberries as an accent.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like them as an accent, not as a main
I won't.
course.
I won't throw. I will never just like
Yeah.
a blueberry. But like,
Oh, I could fuck up some blueberries.
really, just straight out the
Frozen
out the
blueberries are way better than regular.
Frozen ones are
blueberries.
tight.
Yeah.
I hate
Jim
frozen
Bro.
grapes though. I hate when people freeze grapes.
Never had,
They
never had.
Frozen
taste like
fruit though
clay.
is a gym bro thing. Like
No, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I say. I love blueberries and accent for like Greek yogurt or like, and I hate Greek yogurt, but I'll eat it just because I have to. I love blueberry and like muffins and everything like that. I just
Yeah.
won't eat a straight blueberry.
All
It's
right,
kinda
so
odd.
blueberries. Okay. Now, number 3.
Got a lot of different ideas in my head where we can go. This is number 3, right?
Yeah.
Now these late picks are where you gotta be strategic.
I feel like Matthew might get mad at me for this, but I'm gonna take the apple here.
I forgot about apples.
You forgot about apples at 3?
Dude, you know why? It's because you coerced me to think that an apple wasn't a fruit in the beginning, talking
No.
about if anyone picks apple.
Bro, apple is crazy to go that high.
No, I love
high?
apples. You're bugging.
I love
I
apple,
should have
yeah.
put apples above fucking blueberries. I
I
love
would
apples.
I would have bananas and apples tied.
I love
I'd say they
apples.
have the same versatility. I mean, I'm walking around with them.
Caramel?
taking them. I'm putting caramel apples. Maybe this thing may be even a number one pick.
Dude, there's so
No.
that's a
Yeah.
versatile
Put
athlete
in your
right
oatmeal,
there,
your
dude.
overnight oats, dude.
Exactly.
They go
You got apple,
crazy.
you know what I mean? The apple pie. You know what, dude? Apples are that's a very versatile pick. You know what I mean?
Dude, the apple is the first fruit of the Bible.
Think about the
No,
ceiling.
yeah,
think
that's
about
true.
the ceiling for Apple. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like he's
Wow,
onto
apple
something
pie.
there. Apple pie, apple chocolate apples,
I
caramel
don't know
apples.
about chocolate apple.
That's
Apple in
crazy.
your oatmeal.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Well, with my number 3 pick, because I'm not fucking touching no apple, I'm going with the raspberries.
Hot take,
Okay, that's a
bro.
hot take. And I'm
Hot
gonna give
take,
everybody
bro.
why. I was thinking about it. I really enjoy them. I get the mixed frozen bag at Target, which has blueberries, raspberries, and black. Wait, you said raspberries or blackberries?
Raspberries.
Raspberries. I feel like eating them with like just
Wait,
as a main course.
Does blue raspberry count in the raspberry category?
Blue
Even though it's not a real
raspberry?
thing?
Well, isn't
Just
that
like-
just a
nah.
blueberry mixed with a raspberry? I think that's what blue.
It's
raz
just a
is.
flavor.
But I think blue raz is
That's just a
blueberry and
flavor.
raspberries mixed.
Yeah,
But I
that's
feel
why I'm
like-
taking raspberry, because it
I
has
feel like
that
they're a little-
chemistry with everything.
All right, I'm talking about like the actual little red raspberry.
Oh, I can eat them like out of the jar.
I feel like they're a little like
They're-
acidic sometimes.
Nah.
I don't know.
That's also a meal prep thing, though. Like, I eat raspberries with my oatmeal.
Okay.
Like, raspberry oatmeal is fire.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but raspberries is dropping at 3 for me.
Was it number 4? Going
Now
on?
it's
What the-
4,
okay.
yeah.
With the 4th round of the 2023 fruit draft, I'm gonna go with cherries. And the reason I say cherries, I honestly
Sleeper.
don't enjoy cherries that much. They're okay.
I
I'll
hate
eat
cherries.
I'll eat them.
I like cherries.
But
Never
I
eat-
love, and this is weird, but I like giving people a cherry because I feel like whenever there's a cherry, you know what I mean? Like, listen,
Like popping them?
No,
Like this just happened today. Like I went to Chick-fil-A, I got a milkshake, and I was like, babe, like I don't want
Take
this cherry. Take the
exactly,
cherry. And
bro.
it makes people
every
so happy.
time. Dude, they're like, they get so excited about this cherry. It's like when you love a cherry, you love a cherry for something. So it's like, dude, I literally
I
get
love
it's Chick-fil-A
cherries,
too.
dude.
I'll get a chocolate shake from Chick-fil-A or something, or like a what is it, Shirley Temple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll have like from like B-Dubs or something. It'll have a cherry on it. And I'll get there and like we'll go and I'll look up and my girlfriend's just looking at me like,
Can you tie the stem with your tongue?
I've never tried
I've never
it.
tried that. I'm not
It's like
that
I know
They
that was
say
a big thing with
they
like
say-
tying the
COVID?
the headphones.
Yeah.
They say if you can tie a stem of a cherry with just your tongue, then you're a good kisser. It's like
Oh really?
yeah.
I don't know. All I know is that when there's a cherry on my drink, my girlfriend's instantly like, "Bro, you better give me that cherry."
Damn.
And
or
so I
it's
give them
figs.
that. But it's like
What
when you
is-
give somebody a cherry, dude, they're always geeking. They're like,
What's the name of that specific cherry though? It's they sell in like the
Oh,
jars.
yeah.
Like, I'm thinking when you said cherry, I'm thinking like the ones you can buy at Costco, like the big ass ones. There's a specific cherry
in the
it's-
jars. Yeah, I know what you're talking
the
about.
red
'cause
ones.
You
They're
can
the
just
ones
buy
that
them.
go on Sundays.
Yeah, exactly. Those ones.
I don't know what those are called, but all I know is my birthday, which is a reason why there also wasn't an episode, is my birthday